What's up, fam? So the Houston Livestock and Rodeo show will be coming to an end in a couple of days. And it's not without its controversy this year. We've seen fights, heard of shootings over parking spots. Shoot, then they had the big controversy about the dress code. And that is what sparked all this controversy, all this news media to where, I mean, it's been people like millions of people went this year. Say a lot, millions of people have been going over the last couple of years. But the big thing now, you like say, is the dress code. So I want to get into this news story because there is a probably a point that many people have not touched on and not really considering as to why a dress code is so important in any form, shape, or fashion. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
Clicked on story on KHOU.com. The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is updating its dress code.
It's taking aim at any attire deemed inappropriate. Katira Winfrey live learned this move comes after an above average number of complaints. Katira, tell us more.
Hey, Cheryl and Ron, rodeo officials say they've always had a dress code policy, but they want to clarify and remind people of it. They say when you buy your ticket, you automatically agree to the terms laid out in the code of conduct. Violation can be cause for denied entry or removal.
Now about that code of conduct, anytime you buy a ticket anywhere, if you go to any event, on that ticket, it'll tell you, or wherever you purchase the ticket at, because you have to click on it, say you agree to the rules and regulations, code of conduct established by the event organizer. It's on saying black and white, it's blue as day. The problem is a lot of people don't read it. They just click, purchase, and then go on about their business. They get a copy of it via email or receipt, or whatever the case may be, might even be on your ticket, but nobody decides to look at it. But it's in anything, any event, anytime you agree to buy something or go somewhere, that code of conduct is there. You just have to take the time to look at it. And like they say, a lot of people don't like to read, don't take the time to look at the laws and bylaws, which is why a lot of people get in trouble. Yeah, you get in trouble in your own country, so you might get in trouble in another country. But you have to know the rules and regulations no matter what. You just can't say this is America and I can do what I want to. No, it does not work that way. Somebody hear freedom of speech. I got freedom of expression. Okay. See where they get you.
Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo's nearly 100-year-old legacy is rooted in youth scholarship, and that overall purpose remains the same. It's helped cultivate the family-friendly environment visitors expect to experience today.
That there just seem to be some more outfits that just don't fit the family-friendly profile.
But this year, the president and CEO of Rodeo Houston, Chris Boland, says judging by what staffers and visitors have reported, that standard may have started to slip in past years.
This was just something that we felt like we needed to clarify because we've had more concerns, complaints, questions about dress code than we've ever had in our previous years.
The dress code policy says the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo reserves the right to deny admission or to remove any person wearing attire considered inappropriate. Items like clothing with obscene language and graphics, excessively torn clothing, visible undergarments, and clothes that exposes excessive portions of skin.
Let's go back to what, the origin is. If it's kid-friendly, agricultural purposes, let's keep it as that.
Each visitor, rodeo officials say, agree to the terms when they purchase a ticket. It's all out.
Hold on, I'm sorry, back up just a little bit. First of all, I want y'all to look at these outfits, right? Now, me personally, maybe I'm a Texan, little country boy at heart, grew up in Dallas, but both my parents are from little country towns. Cowboys, trail rides, all that kind of stuff. Family owning horses, riding horses. All that stuff is inbred in me, if you will. I personally, not saying these two are examples. I'm just saying I personally would prefer a woman wearing cowboy jeans, nice fitting cowboy jeans, the Lees, Wranglers, Levi's, or whatever. I don't know what's the new style nowadays. A nice, what you call it, like a plaid shirt, a nice, cut fitting plaid shirt, and some cowboy or cowgirl, let's say cowgirl, with some cowgirl boots. That would attract me more than a woman walking around in a short skirt like this one got on. I saw some of the pictures, some videos of the pictures that people took at the Houston Rodeo this past week. I see saw a bunch of women built like SpongeBob SquarePants, and they had short skirts. We could see their cheeks and BB and bad BBL stuff like that. But anyway, regardless, they was out. Clothing was out, cheeks out. You know what I'm saying? Toes out, and you know what I mean by toes. Breasts is out. Everything, just showing everything. Like I told you before, hate to sound sleazy, but tease me. I don't want it if it's that easy. That stuff is inappropriate in mainly anywhere. Especially, this is broad daylight at a Houston rodeo, livestock and rodeo show geared towards scholarships for kids. And y'all weren't dressed like streetwalkers.
When they purchase a ticket,
Oh,
it's all outlined on the
look at it real quick. Let's see. So you can see the general rules and policy. Talk about the alcoholic beverages. Look at number 5. Proper attire must be worn on a Houston livestock rodeo show grounds at all times, including shirts and appropriate footwear. They reserve the right to deny admission or to remove any person wearing attire that is considered inappropriate or attire that could detract from the experience of other guests. So they'll say so of what they deem appropriate or not. Not you, not because you bought a ticket. Again, you agreed to these terms, whether they are specific or whether you feel that they are too vague. You agreed to this. So if you bought a ticket and you don't like what they tell you, then that's your fault. That's your fault. Ignorance of the law is no excuse, as a judge would say. What's in no clothing or apparel that intentionally obscures the face is permitted unless worn for cultural, religious reasons. All this stuff is on here, man. Y'all.
It's all outlined on the website under general rules and policies and prohibited activities. Also written in that section, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Code of Conduct is subject to change without notice.
Do you think there'll be some pushback to this?
Absolutely, but hey, like it or love it.
There are some concerns certain body shapes and sizes may be more likely to face denied entry.
And then,
Rodeo-
and people might think that that's discriminatory and not fair. I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't care if it's fair or not. Sometimes your body type may just cause, may just cause you not to be able to go into this event. Think about this. Let's say you are what's like this dude right here. Let's say you're a woman built like this dude. You know what I'm saying? Tall, slim, built like a stick, and you wear a skirt. It may go down to right above, a couple inches above your knees, right? They might let you in. But then let's say you are built more curvy. You ain't got to be fat, just a little more curvy. Got more hips, got more rump, you know what I'm saying? Real thick in a nice place, in north thighs. That same skirt might come up and expose the bottom of your butt cheeks. You might not be let in. Now you might say, that's not fair. She get to wear that, but I can't. Well, yeah. I mean, that's just the way y'all were made. So unfortunately, no, you can't come in because we can see your body. She can come in because we can't see nothing but kneecaps in the back of her kneecaps. So yeah, there is a difference. Yes, there is going to be this quote unquote discrimination, but that's how the world is. You can't treat everybody the same. That's the problem I feel in America, is that everybody want to be treated equally and the same in some circumstances. And sometimes you just can't do that. It just does not make sense. Like a girl, she might like this dude here. Like I say, might be built like this dude. She might not got no breasts. She can walk around with one button unbuttoned. Now, let me tell you like this. You can turn around and say, hey, all shirts have to be buttoned to the top. Okay, I can understand, but like they said, they can change the rules or subject to change any time. So let's say all shirts, all button you can unbutton is the one top button. That's it. Okay, then that would keep exposure down to a minimum, to none. I can get that. You can make that case, and they can either say yay or nay. But again, you're under their jurisdiction.
Representatives say security has undergone training and will use their own discretion.
We have a lot of kids out here, so I'm glad they changed.
Exactly.
And rodeo officials say they do want to work with people in case there are some dress code policies. They want to find some solutions to allow them to still come inside and have fun. And rodeo officials are also reminding people about other policies laid out in the code of conduct, specifically as it refers to maintaining safety. Reporting live at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, Katira Winfrey, KHOU 11 News.
All right, let's keep it safe and appropriate. Thank you so much, Katira.
So here's the thing. 2 instances. One, well, shoot, more than that. I remember being in school. We remember we was in school and they made us had a dress code to where you had to have a belt. Pants had to be pulled up. If your pants wasn't pulled up, you didn't have a belt, you get sent to the office, you had to put a belt on. If there was no belt, then they start saying, hey, if you come to school without a belt and your pants sagging, you get in-house attention or you're going to get sent back home. It happens back then. People think when you become an adult, you can do whatever you want to. Or when you're out in the free world, you can do whatever you want to. That's just not the case. I remember being in nursing school, and there was this young lady. I remember we was in class, and there was this young lady who would wear clothes that was revealing. You know what I'm saying? She would wear clothes like you could see like all of her breasts. I mean, clothes. I mean, she just revealing in class, and we would kind of make fun of her. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, my gosh, what the heck is she doing? This is like inappropriate in a professional settings. I think they said something to her, and she got upset and refused to change clothes. This and the third. You know what happened the next semester? They changed the dress code. They said now, when you step on that campus, in order to be let in class, you have to be wearing scrubs. Not just scrubs at the hospital, but scrubs in class. They changed the dress code. They fixed that. You see what I'm saying? You can try to buck the system all you want to, but all they'll say, okay, we got you. Now we're gonna make sure that everybody dresses appropriate, so it don't be a distraction in class. And we all appreciated that. But there is one little point that people need to understand. And I want to shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson for saying, kind of touching on this in the video he did about this, but I wanted to expand on it from my own personal standpoint, is that one of the main reasons why you have to have a dress code, no matter if it's over sexually exploited or even colors or stuff that could resemble gang attire or could be deemed gang attire, is because of the people that you attract, and those people bring problems. They bring violence. They chase away the money. Because most of your people that dress like, think about this, streetwalkers, right? They dress in scantily. If you think about the women who originally and most likely wear scantily clad clothes, are those seeking money. You think about streetwalkers, think about video vixens, you think about Instagram quote unquote models. They are seeking attention and money. You know, that's what you see on strippers. That's what you see on TV or at strip clubs or things like that. Then it moved itself into everyday events or attire, and that's where the issue came in. That's where the lines became blurred. And so that's where, like I say, the problem started. Now, even your people, guys that wear the gang attire, nowadays, or the thug attire, what nowadays is the what you call it, the what's that music called? Where they anyway, the drill music attire stuff with the skinny jeans, the hoodies, the poo shiesty masks, the backpacks. That's that those people usually ain't got no money or broke, looking for something to do to cause problems. I saw a video, and hopefully I saw somebody post a video. Hopefully I can find it again so I can touch on it later. Where these guys are at the beach, and you see these youngsters walking around with backpacks and hoodies and everything, with their hands in a backpack, hands in their front of their pants, hands just no conceal. And and some of them you can see that they have straps, they have pistols. And we sitting there thinking, like, even the guy, and the guy who commented in the video was like, something wrong with these kids. Because why? Yeah, you go to the beach with all these women out here at the beach, looking to maybe attract some attention from a dude. Probably looking for, like, to get cheeks clapped and this stuff and the third. But you more worried about going out here and using your heater and looking for some ops, which you used to be out here having a good doggone time. I think that's a problem with these kids. They don't understand the touch of the feel of a good woman, of a girly girl. I know a bunch of girls who used to fight all day, every day, but around dudes, they act like females. But now a lot of these women, they cuss more than you do, they fight more than you do, they loud, can't tell them nothing. There's no feminine quality about them. And so the dude was like, shoot, she just like me. That's my little homie. Well, damn, that's what's wrong with all y'all. You're not acting like a man and she not acting like a woman. You're not acting like a boy, she not acting like a girl. Y'all ain't, like no lovey-dovey with romantic relationship, listening to Isaac Brothers and Teddy Pendergrass and whoever else. That's a problem. But anyway, well, I can go on a tangent with that. But yeah, it's you attract a certain amount, you take a certain attention, and it becomes detrimental to your business. And that's not what they're in the business to do. They're in the business to make money, not run people off. The women that dress like these women dressed at the Houston Rodeo, what you do is you attract the wrong attention. You attract what we call the Pookies and the Ray Rays. You attract the hounds. I remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I can't remember exactly what year, but for like 2 years, I remember going to the Capitol Beach party down in Galveston. Maybe 98, 99, 2000, around about that time. And what you would see is like women trying to dress in like bikinis and, walking down, thinking that like it's like a music video. You can just walk down the street and dudes are just going to look. No, I've seen too many times. I don't know if I still got them though. I had the tapes. Too many times you get a bunch of dudes, horny dudes, crowding these females. And females think they don't see. Let's think about it. They in situations like that, they don't read the room. They don't understand what they're walking into. They'll be somewhere dancing, twerking, gyrating, and then these dudes come around them. And then one of them might mess around and show some skin, some extra skin. Some extra body parts that's normally not shown in the public view. They may touch these body parts. They may allow one dude to touch the body part. And I ain't gonna say allow, one dude might touch the body part. And before the girl can even react and say something, 2, 3, 4, 5 other dudes are jumping on her. That's what I myself try to help women avoid when I speak the way I do in my videos, when I talk about the way you need to dress, the way you need to act. Because yeah, you're going to have dudes look at you regardless of what you have on, regardless of what you look like. That's what you're going to have. So you have the control to weed out some of the people that you don't want to deal with. Now, if you walk around, like I say, half to three quarters naked, and you thinking that them hounds ain't gonna come to you and touch, especially when they in packs. When dudes in packs, dudes get a little more, so they get a little more froggy. You know what I'm saying? They get a little more bold. Now they're gonna do all, let's say, touching and this and the third, grabbing, pulling. Dude done seen it all. You know what I'm saying? Taking a girl bikini straps and popping it off, and the bottles popping, and they laughing and everything. Then when the girl cuss him out, then the dude want to get mad and start cussing her out and calling her B's and H's and stuff like that, and then want to fight her. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and the girls don't understand why it happened or what happened, but that's what you attracted. True. We should all be able to walk down the street butt naked or walk anywhere butt naked, and nobody touches, nobody violates us. But that's not the real world. It's not the real world. You have to understand that. So again, you're attracting the worst of the worst when you are exposed like that. And now you got a bunch of 100 little dogs who ain't getting none, probably ain't got none. And by the time they're 25, probably never gonna have none, because they're either gonna be in the grave or in prison. And this is what you think you're gonna control? While the guys who have a little more decorum, who likes, like I say, like myself, I'd rather see a woman in some boot cut jeans. And like I said, and you ain't gotta be supermodel BBL stacked shoe. Just present yourself like a woman. Real woman. We're talking about like the way they look back in the 90s when I was growing, 80s and 90s when I was growing up. You put on like some boot cut jeans, some nice cowboy boots, plaid shirt, maybe tied at the bottom, so maybe your belly button showing. You know what I'm saying? And cowboy hat, whatever the case. Man, you attract the guys that you really need to attract. I promise you that. This is just a lesson from a dude who's been around, lived long enough, and can tell you, what we tell these youngsters, shoot, I've been where you have been, but you don't know where I've been. Anyway, that's all I got for this story. Tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below, share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out of your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. But with that being said, leave in peace and love, and I'll see you on the other side.